and I wanted to introduce our co-presenter and actually our main presenter, Dr. Thomas Page. He is our Senior Teacher Advisor for Instructional Technology. We will be working with you in developing online coursework, and I am now responsible for the creation, the implementation of hybrid and online courses. So today's today's workshop will just describe a little bit of what online education is and also where we plan on going from here. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Page, and he's going to take it over from here, and you will see me in a while.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello. The essence of success is based upon the success of our learners. We are not just providers of education, we are role models, examples who accept the task of committing ourselves to stay focused to the task of educating students through a different way of learning, providing excellence in our field of studies and committing ourselves to making a difference in the lives of each learner, no matter how big or small the difference, committing to the success of each student through the embracing challenges that will come as a result of this paradigm of learning, becoming a positive force for change to a generation that will pass the torch on to the next generation of learners, which will provide a measure of standard that will make a difference. Welcome to the world of online learning. Good afternoon. I'm going to use this. Good afternoon. I'm going to use this, stand up here. What is online learning? I'm going to tell you about online learning and hybrid learning. An online course is taught 100% online, including classroom discussions. Students and instructors will work both asynchronously and synchronously with live discussions on a regular scheduled basis. This is online learning. Then we have, how does one determine if an online course is right for you? Now, you're going to have a lot of learners that's going to come in, and they may ask, is online learning right for me? So how do you determine that? As long as you have basic technical knowledge of the computer, an idea of how it runs, how it works, how to use the keyboard. A hybrid course combines face-to-face classroom instruction with online learning. So with hybrid, you're going to be in the classroom for half the semester or half the week, and then the other half of the week, they will be online. What are the benefits of taking courses online? All right, interactive. What do you think are some of the benefits of taking courses online?
Time.
Time? What else?
Work at your own pace.
Work at your own pace? Location. Okay, let's see. Convenience. Up-to-date resources. Opportunities for more discussions. 24/7 access to online materials. And will gain skills in the use of internet and computer technology. Now, who benefits taking online courses? Who do you think benefits?
The college. The institution.
The institution.
Everyone.
Students?
Everyone.
Everyone? Well, let's see. Students with good grades but are bored with the classroom setting. The working adult. Many adults are online today because they now have an access. Students who want to learn about a subject not offered at their school. So let's say we offer the course, but Montclair State doesn't. This gives us the opportunity to take them online. Students who have difficulty concentrating in the classroom. Stay-at-home parents, those who stay at home. And when we talk about difficulties concentrating in the classroom, we're going to talk about one of the things is that there are sometimes learners do not function well in a classroom with a group setting. There are some who feel that they are inadequate to sit in the classroom because of fear of age, fear of not knowing the knowledge. So this is one of the benefits of taking courses online. Now, how does this affect Essex County College? We are now using Moodle as our technology provider for online learning. With Moodle, we're talking about the interaction with the students, teachers producing the courses and also teaching the courses, while there's interaction with the peers. Peers go with peers, peers talk to instructors, and this opens up a way for us to get better online access. Now, the role of the instructor. We, as instructors, have a role. One, we got to let the students complete most of the work. It's all about the students taking the time to do their work. We're just facilitators. The more quality time students spend engaged in content information, the more of the information they learn. The second one is change the way we think of teaching learners. We are not sage on stage. We're not entertainers. Rather, we are going to be guides on the side. We're just facilitating. The role of the instructor is also to create student-led discussions. Ask questions that will promote discussions amongst the students, the learners, and the instructors. Create icebreaker activities. I would suggest that the first time when you're starting online learning, get to know the students. Give them, I teach online, and one of the questions I ask as an icebreaker is, give me 3 things about you that makes you special. And they do give it. To lead the learners into classroom discussions among themselves. We set the question out there. It's going to be the responsibility of the learner to start answering the questions and promoting discussions. Create an environment for students to find and discuss web resources. This is very important because as learners and as instructors, we have to teach learners how to find resources, how to know when a resource is good. Now, for those who are teaching like psychology or sociology or any type of subject, whether reading, English, resources are very important. We have to use those. And we have to teach them how to find it. Provide practice skills. Locating discipline web resources. And evaluating the authenticity of such sites. One of the things that we have to watch out for as instructors is that we have to make sure that students do not plagiarize. Now, to tell you just a little story, in one of my classes I had a learner who did a very good paper, but there was only one problem. They cited my book. Word for word. Now, you know I gave him an A. I sent it back. I says, you did good, but you missed a period. So, just be careful. Plagiarism, it gets there. Also, providing exposure to new material outside the text. We'll give them information, but it's okay for them to go outside of the realm of the assignments that we give them, outside the text. If we tell them read pages 450 to 600, and they want to find something else, let them do it. Remember, they are student-led. They provide whatever they need to give their answers. Create an atmosphere for peer assistance. Teach them how to combine resources. Talk to each other through discussion board. Learners helping each other. Now, the question, see how many paying attention. What is the common thread in each of these learning activities? What is the common thread?
Disability. Disability.
Disability.
Students.
Students? What about students? One more? What is the common thread? Here we go. The learner completes most of the work. The learner completes most of the work. We're just facilitators. We guide them through. All right? Now, the heart and soul of asynchronous learning, traditional classroom, is interaction requires listening and talking. We do the talking, you do the listening. You take notes. Blah, 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 blah. Online interactivity requires reading and writing. We're not talking, you're reading and you're writing. We're going to have a question and answer period. Interactivity. What do you think are the types of interactivity when we come to online learning?
Chat room.
Chat room, what else? How do we interact?
Skype.
Email?
Phone.
Phone?
Texting.
Texting?
Skype.
I knew y'all were going to say that. This is good. Actually, it's really none of those. Because we're thinking technologically, but here, one another, with the professor, with the text, we use the text, with the internet. Now, that's the one part. Y'all got that right. You got that. All right? The entire class participates online. In small groups or teams, there will be times where you will have to give a project, group project or team project, and the whole idea is for interactivity is for them to work together. One-on-one, you're going to get a lot of those if you work online. You're going to get a lot of emails. You're going to get a lot of stories. I broke my nose. My husband died with the dog. You're going to hear stories. Dog ate the paper online. He went through the screen. Yeah. With a partner, etc. Okay, now as far as course-room presence, there are 3 types of course-room presence. Does anybody know any of those 3? Take a guess. Students? The 3 types of course-room presence.
No, not students.
All right, I'll give you one. Social presence. Give me another one. And the survey says cognitive presence. All right, I'll give you the last one. The last one, what are you? What are all you? Faculty, what's another name for faculty?
Facilitator.
And learner, teacher. Teaching presence.
Teaching presence. All right, I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit. Are you getting an A for today? All right, here we go. Now let's separate this and identify each one. As if it's working. Okay. Social presence. Establishing a community of learning by projecting their personal characteristics into the course room. In short, that means the real learner's thoughts. Now, let me say this. We need to be a little bit careful. We give them rein, but you have to make sure there's what we call a certain type of way we learn in the course room. You can give your real thoughts and ideas, but don't push it or don't capitalize the letters to let somebody know you're angry. There's a certain way, a certain etiquette of writing that we must keep. And we can still project the real learner's thoughts. Social presence. There are three forms of social presence. The first one is affective, expressions of emotion, feelings, and mood. Interactive, evidence of learners understanding and thinking of other learners' responses. And cohesive, common goals and objectives built and sustained as a sense of unity through group commitment and interaction. Now, the one thing that I would say here is that you're going to get a lot of learners that are going to, I teach a human sexuality course. And one of the lessons that we were teaching was about rape and the effectiveness of the learners is astounding. They will tell you in words, almost step by step, what happened to them and the effects of rape. You're going to get students in your class that's going to be very open and very honest. You encourage them either in ways of moving on, encourage them to continue to write and be effective learners as well as teachers in their writing once they graduate. Cognitive presence. The professor and the learner are able to construct and confirm meaning through discussion in a community of inquiries. So, these are our three. And also in cognitive presence, it is demonstrated by the following. Introducing factual, conceptual, and theoretical knowledge into the discussion. When you ask a learner to give constructive feedback, the feedback is not, oh, you did a great job. What's wrong with that? Doesn't say anything. It just said I did a great job. How will I make it a substantive feedback? Such as?
Things that represented the great job the person did.
All right, such as? Writing technique. Comprehensiveness. The content, certain things, and always, and I always tell you, if you're going to use online, I would tell my learners for every feedback, at least give one citation to back up your statement. For most of this, online is very important because you are now in charge of your learning. But you can't plagiarize. You have to be able to give facts. Look at the journals, read journals to find out the exact information that's going to be given. This will depend upon the following factors. Sources, clarity, how clear was the writer? The accuracy. Are you plagiarizing or are you actually rephrasing the statement and including the citation? Comprehensiveness of the knowledge. How much knowledge did you put into this? What is it that we need to know? Teaching presence. The facilitation and discretion of cognitive and social process of personally meaningful and educationally worthwhile learning outcomes. Our outcome as teachers is pretty much make sure that the learner succeeds. Make sure they are successful. Are all of them going to succeed? I say yes. I say yes because even if they fail, they picked up something. They learned something about that course or about that particular chapter or about themselves. So, would there be a failure? No. But the outcome is for them to be successful. Also in teaching presence, results through facilitating discussion, identifying areas of agreement, disagreement. One of my learners called the other learner a liar. So you know I had to squash that real quick. But they didn't understand how to say, well, you have a good point. However, and then you go to prove your point. Certain ways we talk and agree. Seeking to reach consensus or understanding. Make sure that your learner understands what they're writing. Go through the process with them. If you're not sure if they're doing the right thing, ask them lead questions to help them get a better understanding. Encouraging, acknowledging, and reinforcing student contributions. Results through facilitating discussion. Setting a climate for learning. When you're online, you have to talk the way you act. So if you're mean all day long, if you feel like life is ending for you, it's going to show in your writing. Now, if you are a good teacher and you are an effective teacher and you get to the students, you say, welcome to this class. I always say, welcome to this class. Welcome to this new journey. So if they see the word journey, they say, okay, this teacher is ready to go somewhere. So make sure we as instructors have to give that climate for learning. Drawing in participants, prompting discussion. Give them a discussion, a question that will lead to a discussion. They're waiting on you to make the first move. So when you give the chapters for the week, give them a discussion question that would lead to a discussion. My one class, I gave a discussion question. I said, men are better than women in many areas. Now, I just said men are better than women in many areas. But some of them took it as I said, men are better than women. And I got more discussion of who is better, men or women. But we know the answer to that. No, sir, no. Assessing the efficacy of the process. Okay, and from here, we're going to have Dr. Bello DeCastro.
Yay! I'm going to actually use this. Would you answer? We're still working out kinks from Convocation. We're actually looking for Pat Slade. So if anybody has seen her, tell her we're looking for her. Thank you. Okay. All right. I apologize about that. So welcome back. Welcome to Convocation. And thank you, Dr. Page, for the presentation. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's going on with online learning. You come back and now all of a sudden you see these OL section courses and you're saying to yourself, what is happening? What is going on? Well, one of our charges this year was to put on, or to implement 12 online courses for September, so that's exactly what we did. We actually took our course shells that we were using from our hybrid courses, and we just plunked them in, and now we're using them as 100% online courses. And actually, there's some of the instructors sitting in the room, so we are very, very excited about that. Now, our plans for January. Here's what's happening. We have a charge, and our charge is to take those existing hybrid courses and create our own ECC course master shells. So we are looking for faculty and anybody else who is interested, especially faculty and chair people and coordinators who are interested in actually creating the courses to become the ECC master shells. So we do have some faculty signed up, and once again, there are some of you sitting in the room, so I want to thank you ahead of time because we will be working with publishers this year. The main goal is to take the content from your textbooks and develop that course along with you to put it online. So we have been working with McGraw-Hill. We're waiting for them to actually install the building block, and I know some people in here are familiar with Connect and LearnSmart. How many people in here are familiar with Connect and LearnSmart? And we use it and we love it, right? Okay. And Pearson, we're also working with Pearson, who has the MyLabs. How many of you are working with MyLabs? I know that's mostly humanities and English, right? So we are working, oh, and math. I forgot about math, I'm sorry. We are working with those two publishers right now, and soon we'll be reaching out to Cengage and anybody else that we can contact in terms of actually creating these online courses. So one of the other things that we're working out with the publishers is offering ebooks to the students. So when they log on to their MyECC portal to get into Moodle, because we just changed over LMS systems. For those of you who do not know, we have switched from Sakai to Moodle. Is there a round of applause for that? Okay, all right. So I knew there would be something. There will be some people that are very happy. So we have switched from Sakai to Moodle. So that just happened actually, what, about a week ago? Yeah, we finally finished that. So we have been training people feverishly. The first wave of training has been for those who are actually teaching the hybrid and online courses in September. We are also offering additional training that will start, I want to say, in October, once we start getting the kinks out, because what we're finding, even though we are kind of organized and we do have a plan, nothing goes as planned, as we found out this morning, and we had to cut the workshops in half by 15 minutes, right? So it does happen. But the purpose of all this and the course creation and development is to actually offer by September 2014, we are looking to offer a minimum of 3 degrees fully online. Yes, we are looking to put on liberal arts, social sciences, and business online by September 2014. I have my fingers crossed this is going to happen. This is my charge. I know it has to happen, so I'm looking for help. Okay, and how are we going to do this? We did hire Dr. Page, who is very familiar with online learning, both as an online instructor and also as a learner. I myself, I have taught online. I have also been a learner in the classroom, so we are both very familiar with both ends of the spectrum. So we have a clear understanding as to what students are looking for and what we need to do as instructors online. And some of the ways, as Dr. Page was talking about, we're doing that through discussion questions, through forums, through chats, through possibly Skype. It all depends. Right now, I need to stress we are in our infant stages. This is not, we're not at University of Phoenix. We're not at Capella. We're not there yet. I promise at some point we will get there, but right now we are at our infant stages. So we are working with the FTRC, with the Faculty Training Resource Center, which is located in the library. How many people in here are familiar with the FTRC? Yes, pretty good show of hands, okay. And Dr. Walsers is now in charge of the FTRC, so we are working together to actually accomplish this whole task. So even though our area is responsible for it, the FTRC will help us out in terms of getting these courses developed. Dr. Walsers is in the process of hiring instructional designers who will help or assist our faculty develop these courses. So even though the courses will be run through the Office of, I want to say, Learning Technology, we haven't quite figured out the new name of our office yet, but we will figure that out real soon. We are working with the faculty and the chair people, so the divisions own the course. You own the course in your divisions. It's the business course. It's the humanities course. It will be vetted by faculty that are teaching that. So if you're teaching, if you develop an English 101, you as the English 101 professor, it's going to go to the chairperson. It will go to somebody else. It will go through a review process to ensure that everything is in there. Okay, and once those course shells are developed, that will be the course shell for English 101 or Math 101 we're offering. I had to regroup there for a hot minute. We are offering Math 101. So that will become the course shell for Essex County College. Now, do I have another slide? No, this is it? Okay, I can still talk now. I don't know what slides are up here anymore. We are offering training. I had briefly mentioned it before. One of the things, and once again, there are some people in this room who have gone through the outside training. How many people in this room have been trained online to teach? Raise your hand. Oh, I know there's more than that in here. All right, that's some Some of you are a little shy. So what are we doing? We are working with Pearson to offer an Essex County College online teaching certificate. So everybody who is interested in teaching online courses will be trained through us personally. So we have a program that we have worked out with Pearson, and we will be training you as faculty and instructors to ensure that our students are getting what they need. And we're going to talk about pedagogy, and we're going to discuss classroom management and time management in an online course and what it actually means to teach online, because it's very different than face-to-face. It's all interactive. It's timelines. You may tell your students, okay, everything is done on a Friday. Do you let that student slip until a Sunday? That's your call. You know, maybe they had a death in the family or something came up, but how many times does that actually come up? So really, these are some of the things that will be discussed in the online training, which we are still working out, and that will be offered come October. Once again, this is a brand new college initiative. We have been working now, I want to say maybe about 2 months on this, so we've really come far in a short period of time. Now, I know there were some questions. Dr. Chestnut, did you have a question?
I think the online training for the online teaching, if we're going to use Moodle, I think the best person to find is not person, supposed to be the people in Moodle. That's the way we're supposed to go. I mean, if we will use the Moodle, we're supposed to find people who know how to teaching online in Moodle to teaching our faculty how to use.
Well, if your concern is with the LMS system and it's with Moodle, we have just installed Moodle. So there will be additional training with the Moodle LMS system that is happening. We needed to roll out something quickly because it was just completed. The whole project was just completed last week. So I know we ran a training session where we are working with the FTRC, and also IT is working very closely with us to make sure that everybody is trained. So yes, that is happening. Go ahead.
I'm being meeting about online learning today. I'm being very disappointed with the meeting. I'm going to be very honest.
We just started. We just started at 1 o'clock.
And 3 different workshops about online learning. I not believe the best place to put in the online support group is in the library. We have to, maybe we start brand new.
Okay, well, we are, there is, as you heard this morning, Dr. Gibson said that there are more changes coming. So right now the FTRC is actually in the library, and it is headed by Dr. Walsers. It's not headed by the library. So that entity is separate, even though that's where it sits. So there are many more changes happening. We just haven't rolled them all out yet. So it's brand new. Give us some time to work out the kinks. That's all I can tell you. You can always contact me with questions or concerns. We are, once again, I am responsible for it, so you can always come to me, and that's not an issue. Go ahead, continue.
Do you send Nuno Sakai for the CSS classes?
Sakai is no longer. We are now using Moodle, so you need to be trained. Yes. Make sure you mark down Fatima McMahon to be trained. We just started, okay? I understand you're probably saying, oh, she's so unorganized. No, it's not. It just happened. It literally just happened last week. So we are in the plan, in the works, and there is another training session scheduled. Go ahead, Dr. Kendrick.
Yes, are there any training sessions this week?
Go ahead.
On the 29th, I will be at West Caldwell. So if you want, and that's going to be from 1 to 5. So if you want a crash course, you can come there, and we will give you a crash course, and there will be a full developmental course. in Moodle in the future, I guess within next month.
Just so everybody knows, just so everybody knows, we are training the people that are teaching in September first. So if you are not currently teaching in September, you will be trained after that first wave. We had to do everything in breakouts in a rollout period. So our main concern was to get everybody who's teaching a hybrid or an online course trained in Moodle at least. So it will happen, and I have you on my list already. So.
And how about students? How are students when they come September the 4th? How are they going to
Well,
react? The students.
Thank you for asking that, because what we did was we created an online orientation for students. So the students that have signed up for the online courses, and right now I want to say there's maybe 40, 45 in the 12 sections, and that was I think I checked it last Monday. They will go through a brief online orientation that was developed. So we just received their email addresses to send them that link so they can go through that orientation. And the purpose of this is not to take away students. And I know some of you are probably sitting here saying, well, our students can't do this. Well, guess what? I think that they can. And I also believe that there's people out there that can't get to the college from 8 to 5. I know that there are shift workers that can't get here. We have many civil servants that are working 4 days a week or 3 days a week, and they've had to drop their classes. So this gives them an opportunity to further their education. So that's one of our target audiences. We are targeting that person who is working full-time and who can't make it here and who has a family at home. So these are the people, these are the future. These are the students that we are looking for, in addition to our own students. But that's okay. I mean, we're looking for an additional student population, and I think that they can do it. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I have a question. Is there any minimum enrollment before you cancel the class if it's not going to?
We just discussed that. We're going at 12 right now. The question was, is there a minimum enrollment before we cancel the class? We might go at 12. It might be lower. We have to look at that, and we'll keep you posted on that. She had a question in the back.
We advertise these classes because this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Okay. What we've been doing is the brochure. You actually saw the pamphlet up there on the screen at one point. So we have had brochures out in the various departments. The departmental chairs have been notified of it. They've even been given the packets. A press release did go out to the community through patch.com. It is on the website. People have been calling. Believe it or not, they have been calling. Yeah, and I've received multiple emails, and we're fielding phone calls every day. So it's growing. The interest is starting to grow. And once again, as I said, it's a new initiative. It is starting to take off. And I know it will take off because this is the future. I want to say we are the last community college to actually put everything online. So I have been working with the consortium and also other institutions in the state to see what they're doing and modeling off of them. So, good.
Are the faculty contact hours calculated the same way?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Everything is calculated the same way. And I'm glad you mentioned that. We are offering a faculty stipend to develop the courses as well. So whatever is in your faculty contract, we are offering that as an incentive to develop the courses. So, what time is it? Does anybody have time? So keep on track. Quarter of? How am I doing? Good? I think we got 5 more minutes? All right. Go ahead. Yeah, hi.
Hey,
Yes.
any courses be offered online? Any type courses in any division? Be
Sure.
offered online?
Absolutely.
Got you.
Absolutely. We'll put anything online. And we're going to make this work. We do have some offers from, I will say, the biology department, from the math department, humanities, history. Actually, Dr. Page just developed the Psychology 101 course, and we pulled it out of the current system, the current course shell, and it's now a totally Essex County College course shell. So that's already been done and developed. So yes, anything can go online. We can, yes. We will
What
work.
about the lab science course? The lab laboratory is a part of the class. How could you perform
The lab? For what? For biology? For anything? We're actually, this is such a touchy subject, but that's why I'm up here. We have met with McGraw-Hill, and McGraw-Hill does have a lab portion to their Bio 101 and 102. Right now, those are the only two courses we're targeting. We're not looking for microbiology, and we're not looking for that, not yet, at least. We are, once again, infant stages, baby steps, this is what we're doing. For now, we're always open to suggestions. Yes, will we make mistakes along the way? I'm sure we will. And I know it will come back to haunt me at some point in time, but that's okay because this is a learning process. And once again, the charge was, let's get some online courses going, and we did. So we're proud of that. We are proud that we got them up and running, and now we need the help. Go ahead, Tracy.
I was just going to say the class to go online would be the CEE classes.
We possibly could do that. We could develop those. We could talk about those, definitely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking of for us to have a standard template so that it's a course.
Yep. Yes, we will have the standard course shells for each course. Absolutely. Yeah, so all of the English 101 courses will remain the same. Okay.
Okay, online teaching certificates you're talking about, would that be something like once the type of course that you teach is available, then you can go for that type of, or is it training first and then the course becomes available?
We want everybody trained before they teach. So if you have not taught an online course, you need to be trained first.
So I mean, like if the type of class you teach has not yet been online, should you wait to go through training?
No, we can train. No, once we get everything established through Pearson with the training, we are going to send out a communication email to everybody and say, if you're interested in teaching online courses, contact us and we're going to begin training. So whoever, it doesn't matter if your course is up or not. So that's what we're going to do.
Will the training be online?
Yes, of course the training's going to be online. Of course it's going to be online. Yes, and we might even call you in one day for coffee and tea. How's that? But yes, the training will be online. Absolutely. Right now, it is asynchronous. We are working, once again, we're working with Pearson, so it's development. It's happening. It's a slower process than I wanted, but it's happening. So, yes, Jensen.
And the Moodle account is the same as my ECC account or lesson?
Yes. You log into my ECC. The students will, or professors will log into my ECC and it'll be directly linked to Moodle. Yeah. So there is actually some, we just did a link, thank you Israel, who's sitting in the audience over here. We have been working on a link to the webpage to actually put some information up. So hopefully that'll be rolled out soon. And I know he's looking at me going, yeah, but you got to get back to me. I've been a little busy. But it will be working. Yeah. So students will log into ECC, faculty will log into my ECC, I should say, and it'll redirect them into the Moodle classroom. So you should actually see something. Time?
2 minutes.
We're good? What time is it? 1:50? All right, see, we did it on time. All right, any other questions? Oh, one more question.
Really quick. So all assessments will be online, like presentations?
Yes.
Will be online?
Yes, everything will be on. For the 100% online courses. Now, we can still offer the hybrid courses. If you're interested in teaching a hybrid, it's the same thing. We'll do it, let's just say your class meets Tuesday, Thursday. They will meet Tuesday face-to-face, and then the Thursday will be online, but at any time. If 100% online courses are totally different, don't forget, all of that will be done online. We don't want the students coming in. There was one institution who, they actually have a large portion of their online student population who's out of state, believe it or not. So there's a lot of potential here for new students, and we're really excited about that. So, any more questions? No? All right, well, thank you for coming, and welcome back.